Hello guys, how are we doing and welcome back to the channel. If you are a struggling MW3 player who wants to improve at Invasion S&D, this video is going to be for you. I drop a decent stat line here. I'm not going to ruin it and spoil it just because it sort of takes a bit of the thrill out of watching it, but we're mainly going to be looking at the analytics side of things, like how we progression up the map, what strategies I'm using to have hit Iridescent in the past. This is one of my favorite map mode combinations, so I can almost play it fairly well. As you can see at this point, obviously I'm only in Crimson. Battling cheaters this season has been the worst season so far by a mile, but we're getting there steadily and we're slowly clawing our way to Iridescent by the end of this season. So we're going to kick off with the video and then we'll go from there. So the biggest thing I try and do off the rip, which is pretty common in a lot of my S&Ds, is the first few rounds, get a feel for it, get a feel what the enemy's doing, maybe give a few rounds away, but you really want to try and gauge what their strategies are. I like to hop on this bin to get the initial info. From there I can see if anyone crosses to B. I know how much weighting then we can put towards A or B. I've only seen one cross and therefore I've pinged it. I'm thinking, you know what, let's just head straight down to B. So sort of just trying to play for info now. I do want to preface this though with saying we do lose the first few rounds. I think we go on 3-1 or something like that, but we do win, we do claw it back. Yeah, so we're just going to break down, but obviously that comes from just sort of ironing out the teething issues. Now, the reason I'm sprinting so far to hill time here is because if we take a look at this map here, I've pretty much had the whole cross. So I could, from this bin, which is pretty much here, I could see across the entire map. I only noticed one person crossing. Now that person has just run down this alley, which means that I've then got a clearance to get to B, which is why I'm sort of, whilst that person, whoever, the person who I saw cross initially, they've run back down to middle, which means I've got a pretty much clear run to B, which is why I'm progressing up the map, as you can see, like here. So we get the bomb down pretty much for free. Now, something I want to really highlight, which I'm going to probably highlight a couple of times in this video, is when you're laying down planting the bomb, I am looking automatically for the longest line of sight I could see that from. So you'll notice I noticed that I could see it from this little back heady here. So my end goal is to either get to this back heady or even up into the palace. And that way I've got a real nice line of sight bomb check, that hopefully is going to, stop the enemy from defusing. But because I don't know what's back here, I have no info on any of this back here, I don't really want to push it straight away. So I'm playing a little bit slower, playing ice cream first, getting the info, and then I can always back up to where I need to be. So it's sort of checking. You can see like I'm opening this, looking through the crack, checking if anyone's on the heady. I noticed a teammate has just died from middle. And yeah, I'm sort of this is my play at the moment. I'm really not sure about how clear this back area is. You can see me really trying to check it in order to get there, but at the same time, I don't want to leave the bomb. Unfortunately, missed those shots. That player managed to get away, and I'm thinking, right, now's the time to get out. Now's the time to get to where I need to. Unfortunately, they both absolutely pinch, and yeah, they do a real good job of really closing me in there. So kudos to them. They're sticking together. They clearly know what they're doing. So I'll bear that in mind for future rounds. Now, again, this is a very similar approach. You can see from where I am, which is pretty much here, I can see pretty much across the. Oh, that's a very wiggly line. Let's get an arrow. From here, you can pretty much see a complete. This is awful. Apologies. You can see pretty much a straight line across the entire map from where I am. Maybe that's a little bit off, but you can get the gist of it. You can see across the whole way, and therefore I'm a little bit further into here. Actually, I'm here, aren't I? I'm on Mars, so it's a little bit more like this, to be fair. But from here, I can see all the way into the spawn and see how many people are crossing to B, and then I can sort of play off of that information. And now I'm solo queuing, so I need as much information as I can. I'm live pinging as well, so I've got that little bit of added communication to my teammates. And because I've seen a couple people run here, I've got two teammates over to the right-hand side. I'm decided to help out this way a little bit. So there are several spots you can sit here with an AR. So you can either be, you can either be sat on the tank, you can be sat on the point itself, you can be sat behind the digger, you could be sat behind construction. Generally, there are so many places they're going to have to check, but the thing I like about being behind the bomb is that sometimes the B bomb site label, the big blue sign or the red sign it will be for them, almost hides you a little bit. So I'm trying to use that to my advantage. But in any case, it's a real nice heady. And the problem with a lot of the other line of sight, so for example, if I sit on the digger, I can't see if anyone runs through like DVD to dark, so I do have that miss. Whereas if you're sat in construction, tank, or the bomb site, you can see the whole of the push, and you've got the dark alley covered, which is just this area here. So again, I'm checking the minimap to see where my teammates are at. And I'm sort of trying to progress. Now, I'm not seeing much approach me, so I'm trying to just build up as much map as I can. Now, we've got a teammate still sat on the right-hand side of the map there, like over here, and a teammate of mine is also pushing up, but somehow there's been a gap, and somehow they've got to in our spawn. So at this point, I'm thinking, right, I'm going to 50-50 this. Now, I can either go and chase their kills, but in doing so, I risk getting awful COD timing, and them catching me going across and getting free information that I really don't want them to get. So in these sort of situations, I decided, okay, let me just commit myself to a bomb site, and then we can play from there. It's very fair. It's fairly easy to retake on this map, especially with a two-man. So it's hard on when you're solo queuing, but I'm just hoping my two-man, my second player here, just stays alive. I think they get a bit zealous. They go and check the bomb, and I do think they die. But yeah, I'm sort of playing for info here, doing as much as I can. From here, I've got, and then my teammates died. Now, that sort of alerted me, because there's so little time left, and I've just got information that they're over towards A, the likelihood of them going B is fairly slim. So at this point, I'm trying to, get to a good position as early as I can, be a little bit rogue. Now, what I'm thinking, this is going to be a little bit of a tactical thinking here. Now, in their heads, at this point, I'm thinking, okay, what are they thinking? So they've just killed an enemy towards A, and in their head, they're probably going, oh crap, the other guy, there's one more left. They've probably got three. They probably split 50-50. So we've got time for them to run over to us, and they're playing for that time. So I'm thinking, if I can get to a position in which they're going to least expect me from, the better chances I have of winning this little bit of a 1v2 clutch. So in my head, they're thinking I'm coming from B. What would be the most surprising way I can come from? And that is why I take the approach of going fire down this way, get the initial kill, and get the 2 kills. But that just comes from, you may say a lot of that was luck, but a massive part of that was me being unpredictable, me being in a situation in a place where they wouldn't think I would be. At the end of the day, if I was always there, I'd have challenged the bomb a lot earlier. But the fact I didn't get the trade straight away, and I don't know, they thought I would have been at B, and my quick rotation from B to A meant I caught them off guard quite considerably. So that's a good clutch round, good little bit of momentum there. We get the defuse as well, and we're currently 1-1. So again, you're going to see me do the exact same thing here. I'm looking over the cross, seeing if anyone comes across here. The only place that isn't covered is if an enemy decides to run, they spawn, where do they spawn? About here. Decides to run like all the way behind the back wall and then hit the B. Obviously, I can't see them if they do that, so there is a small chance that I do miss certain people, but we're hoping that doesn't happen. So again, I've live mapped B because I'm thinking, okay, I haven't seen many people cross, so let's approach it. Let's see if that's the best way we can go, and let's try it out. So I've thrown a stun middle just for throw a smoke middle, so I run smokes on S&D just for a diversion. Imagine this, if you're defending and you see someone smoke the middle, you're going to be like, shit, they must be coming through middle, they must be hitting DVD or CAF or something like that, and it's going to draw your attention, draw your eyes to that middle area here. So in throwing a smoke here, any enemy, whether they're here, on this site here, they're going to be locked in to, maybe helping out here. If there's someone lingering here, they're going to look down the middle just to see if there's anyone coming through the smoke. But it's going to divert some attention, and I'm hoping it gives us a little bit of a window to attack B from this side. Unfortunately, we do get stunned, and in order to not be stunned over and over again, I do put my trophy down. Get my teammates trade, it's just a clean shot. At the end of the day, there's nothing more to it. And again, you'll see what I'm doing here. From where I am currently, I'm thinking, okay, where can I see? Now, because you'll realise I'm not planting for here again, for that, the cinder block on the end of the road. And the reason for that is I haven't cleared that area. There could be enemies all the way over here, and as a result, I don't want to plant it for that, because that means I literally can't see the bomb if they try and defuse it, because I haven't cleared this area. So instead, I know this area behind us is fairly clear. Supposedly, we've got a decent amount of info with teammates here, and I can see a nice little bit here which is in the DVD alley. If I can just get myself to that DVD alley, I can check the bomb. It's an absolute Mars. It's in Narnia. They're not going to check it, and it's going to be a real hard place for them to kill me out of when they do realise I'm there. Now, the unfortunate thing is we do have an enemy behind us. We actually now have 2 enemies behind us. So the teammates again have left me in a 1v2 situation, and I'm pretty stuck. Now, I've sort of shot myself in the foot here because I've only planted for that left-hand side of the map, and as a result, I can't go ice cream. Now, bear this in mind. Let me rewind this ever so slightly, just to talk you into what I'm doing here. So I'm backing up to a place where I can hopefully see the bomb. I don't have time to get to ice cream, and yeah, I notice the players there. And I know there's 2 in that direction because we saw 2 red dots earlier. So what I'm trying to do here is isolate the gunfight. So you'll see me, I'm pretty open here. There's not much cover. but I'm counting on their, I'm covered from the left. So I'm thinking, if I can isolate the gunfights, I know there's 2 people here. If they challenge this side, they know I'm behind the digger. The chances of them challenging out this way are fairly high because that's what everyone tends to do. So instead of just being sat behind the digger, being sat behind a heady, I'm thinking, okay, let's isolate the gunfight one by one. Let's see if this player who pushed up to the tank goes to the right, challenge them out. They do that. I get the kill, but you'll notice I'm covered from the left in doing so. If I'd have just sat on the digger, I'd have probably still been picked up from the left. Now this leaves me in a little sticky situation because I've used that cover to my left. I pretty much have no info. And as a result, I swing right to check if they're there, don't see anything, turn around into smoke, and somehow, like Houdini, they're right behind me. But they took a real aggressive approach, so they played that super well. So kudos to them, I guess. And they eventually get the round. Now, the next round is an absolute shit show. That takes us to 3-1, and as a result, I skipped it because there isn't really much to learn. So you will see us on an offense again. So yeah, they're 3-1 up currently, and yeah, that's about to change. We've now had 4 rounds where we're trying to test the waters a little bit, and yeah, we'll see where we can get to from here. So you'll see me do a fairly similar strat every time, which is, get on the bin. And the main reason for that is because it's so good at getting the info you need. So yeah, we're just sort of playing this area here. I haven't got much info, and the teammates are fairly spread, so I'm just trying to see if I can gather any more info. And yeah, instantly I recognize there's 2 players towards A, and my attention immediately goes to B. I'm not chasing the kills. I'm thinking, how best can I get bomb down? Thankfully get that cross. Now, you're probably wondering why I checked that, and if I zoom forward a little bit here, it's because why not? Now, I'm running towards B. I may as well check the cross. I know the enemies have been active in Cafe, so I may as well, my teammates just shot. They're going to be pushing them. So I thought, let's see what I can do to try and help out a little bit. We do get the kills. So again, it's alleviated a little bit of pressure for us. It's 3v2. And now I'm baiting the bomb. Now, because we've made so much noise over the right-hand side, it's completely open. My thought process here, if I can smoke this bomb out again, anyone who's sort of unsure where we're going to be is going to think, oh shit, they're pushing B. They're not going to see it as bait initially. This is the first time I've really used it as proper bait on an offense where I've literally smoked a bomb site. So they're probably going to be focused towards B a little bit here. So I'm hoping it singles them out. So I know there's a player who's sort of back here. So they're going to be focused on this at least. They're at least going to be like, okay, let's chow this area here. We don't know where the other player is, but that at least gives us a 2 versus 1 advantage on the A bomb site, which is sort of what we're trying to get at here. Yeah, A Street's completely clear. I'm sort of playing slowly, checking, my eyes, you won't see my center in do it, but my eyes are scanning tank, they're scanning dark, and yeah, I'm just trying to get bombed down. Now, unfortunately, they die there, and I'm just trying to get out of dodge as quickly as I can. Now, because I've drawn a lot of gunfire towards A, I'm thinking, let me completely change where I'm at. Let's see if I can get to B. And I've got to be honest, I do get slightly lucky here, but I'm checking my corners, making sure that I'm not seen cross dark, because what happens a lot of time, you run across dark, you don't check the left, and people then have all the info on you. So if I had have been seen there, I'd have probably played this a little bit differently. But the fact I jumped across dark, didn't see anyone, means I've got a little bit of an advantage here. Now, unfortunately, I didn't see this player here, but that's probably a good thing because I eventually get across here, get cover, get a trophy down because in case they have a grenade, I chow them, even though I'm weak because at the end of the day, I'm very time limited. There's going to be, as soon as I shoot him, as soon as that player knows I'm here, he's going to be communicating to his other teammate that I'm here. So I'm thinking, I don't really have time to sit and heal, and I'm in 2 mines now. So that grenade there, for me, was a massive sign of desperation. So the player who I've just killed is probably going to communicate that I'm planting the bomb. And as a result, this player, especially at this level, is going to do every single thing in their power. And I know that because they've thrown the nade to get me off of the bomb. Their priority is not, let's save my nade, let's try and take the bomb site as a retake, because realistically, that's the smarter thing to do. He's gone, let's throw a grenade. I need to get them off this bomb ASAP. So that in my head means they're going to challenge the bomb. So it's a little bit of a psychology here. And you'll see what I do here is instead of planting the bomb, I try and bait the bomb plant, have them check it. And yeah, it's a high risk, high reward. But at the end of the day, if in my head, I thought they were going to, if I was them and I had a grenade and I was planning for the retake, I let them plant and then I try and kill them off it, I'd have saved the grenade for that. But the fact they threw the nade whilst I was planting means they're desperate to get me off the bomb, and they're likely to prioritize getting me off the bomb before I planted, then retaking it afterwards. It works out in our favor, thankfully. It's a real no shots, to be fair. It was pretty difficult. Easy as that. So we're in a good situation now, because that's going to make them lose full a little bit. It's 3-2. That was an easy 1 versus 2 on their behalf. I got weak, got the first guy, and then I played a risky play and not planting the bomb for the second player here. Sorry, this is super laggy. I don't know what's going on. Apologies. This Windows Media Player, it's bloody awful. Okay, we're in a pretty good situation here. So if I were to map this out, we've got them pinned in quite considerably here. So I've got to DVD, so I can see, from here, I can see all the way across the map. You can see I can see into P4. So, and my teammate has also just run up this street, and they've got this area. So that basically tells me that, my teammate's there. What is he? He's in rugs now, maybe. So he's over here. So you can sort of say, okay, they're definitely not here. And as a result, they're definitely, players mid-tank as well. So we've got a teammate here. So that tells me they're definitely not here. And we've also got a player who's managed to push that way all the way up to broken, which is, if I'm not wrong, here. So it also tells me the enemy is not here. So the enemy, as you can see, are sort of trapped into this quadrant over here somewhere. So yeah, there can't be a street. Teammates just run over there. There can't be mid, because we've pretty much got that whole cross. And me being here enables me to know that they're only behind me. So it's pretty much up to this player here or someone on this area of the map to say, cut that off for me. So I know for a fact that we've got the entire map covered. The enemies are locked into this fairly small area, which is massive information to have on defense. Trying to undo all of these. Doesn't seem to be wanting to do it. Let me just... So again, I'm trying to help my teammate out. I thought he'd die. Unfortunately, he does fall, but my teammate has picked it up. So you'll see there's a teammate over here who's picked it up, and as a result, I'm not too fussed about picking it up myself. For now, I've got the entire info of the cross of the map. I'm trying to play my life as much as possible, and I simply get the trade. It's as easy as that. I could have moved back and helped my teammate there, but I didn't want to give up that info I had and that like the cut of the whole map. So again, we're looking for this LOS, seeing if anyone crosses. Don't see anybody. Trying to get a nade off. They get a trophy down. But I know there's someone. I've just seen someone on that middle heady there. And I also know there's someone back B. Sorry, this is... Okay. So again, we're smoking. We've got decent control of the bomb site itself. And yeah, we're going to get the bomb down. It's a fairly straightforward push. My teammates did a lot of the progression of the map, and I've just used that to our advantage. Let's wind this back a little bit here. So I don't know why it's being rather laggy. So I'm planting the bomb. I do get shot going to the digger here, so I'm thinking, okay, let me see if I can finesse. They challenge my right. I'll slide out and get the kill fairly simply, and that is 4-3. So we're actually in a real decent position here. Yeah, this was quite a nice kill. Luckily, the red dot tracked him through their name, because you can see the name tag through the digger. Luckily, that tracked them to the right, which meant I was able to finesse a little bit here. So yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. So I'm at the sort of position now where I'm thinking, okay, I've done the same thing repetitively over and over again. Let me do something different. Let me see if I can spice it up a little bit. Let me see if I can get into the action. I'm one-off streaks, so that... For now, I'm trying to just get a pick. Now, playing long-range gunfights doesn't always guarantee you a pick, so I'm trying to find a, how can I guarantee a kill for that streak? Because that'll be absolutely massive. So again, this is what I'm trying to do. Now, I notice my players pushed up all on the right street here, so I know I don't really need to watch that angle anymore. Teammates just died on the left, and my teammate pinging, thank God, communicated to me that was someone pushing A. So I knew that there was someone there. I looked, there was. So I panicked a little bit. So my teammates just got the kill, ran back outwards, but then I saw 2 dots towards B side. So I'm thinking, okay, they've got to be B side. Let's see what I can do here. And because we have absolutely zero map control of B, I'm very concerned they might be planting it. So I'm checking the bomb site, don't see anyone there, and decide to play my life. From here, in my head now, I'm like, okay, I'm 90% sure they're at B. They haven't got out the other side of our spawn because our teammate's there. So it's my job just to make sure they can't plant the bomb. So I'm playing this really creddy angle here, assuming they're both there, because I did see 2 red dots toward dark initially, and I'm just waiting for them to plant the bomb. Now I just heard that door open towards DVD, which tells me there's someone there. Managed to guarantee the kill. And now, because I'm not sure where they're going to be coming from, I'm just sort of playing really passively. Teammate gets into a gunfight, get the trade. It's as simple as that, guys. So moving into offense, I try and do the similar thing, because realistically on defense you can be a little bit more risky, but on offense I'm thinking, you know what, if I can get the info as much as I can. I saw a couple cross, and therefore I'm thinking, right, teammates, let's go away. I try and mark it, but unfortunately my teammates are on Mars. They're going towards B. They don't really care about me with the bomb on the other side of the map. But yeah, I'm thinking, you know what, I can almost guarantee there's barely anyone here, and I'm playing this really passively. So fortunately this guy decides to jump right into my aim. Again, complete luck, but I'm also playing really passive. Now, just because I saw a few people run towards B doesn't mean they're all towards B. My teammates are making a lot of noise at B, which means that the enemy team are probably going to be communicating, they're at B, we need help, come on, there's a lot of pressure here. So I'm playing this passively, expecting someone to make a mistake, expecting someone to push out a little bit too far. And yeah, I managed to get the kill fairly cleanly. So I'm checking this left street, don't see anything, get the smoke down, and go for the plant. So this is 3v2, we should have this. I've got a streak in my back pocket, but I unfortunately didn't check my right exit in the smoke, assuming that they were all committed to B, and do die. But yeah, so I'm kind of to communicate to my team they were both treehouse. Well, the last guy was treehouse. Yeah, and now it's just a waiting game. I'm sort of hoping they get here, and yeah, you guys are going to be able to tell by the length of the video that this is the last round. We get the info on a player at mid tank, and yeah, we clear this up now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions about the strats or the apps I use in this video, do let me know. But it's all about cutting off the map, using the info, getting the info as much as you can, and yeah, giving yourself the best chances of winning every gunfight. Moving from power spot to power spot when you're planting. Look to see how you can check the bomb from the longest distance away, so that you can get into a real creddy spot. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Ciao for now.